Let's go straight in. Just a clinch first. Adding little punches now. Good. Nice. If neither of us got a fight coming up, then we just sort of like maintain. We'll be upstairs in the gym doing like conditioning work with the weights, or we just do Thai boxing and just work on techniques, but with no urgency, if that makes sense. And it depends who gets or what's coming up. Like I say, if I've got a fight coming up, then my training changes. Denise will support me. If she has a fight coming up, it will change with Denise's training being the priority. So we'll just work a little bit of just kind of thinking of now. Jab. Add a knockout.
Yeah, I started when I met Lorne. I didn't really know what it was at the time, and then I just watched him teaching a few of the doormen that he used to do in a leisure centre, and I thought, I quite like the look of that. Looked quite challenging, which I like. So I just had a go with my friend, and we really enjoyed it. So.
Better, much better. Nothing wrong with that. 8, 9, 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 10. Well, I started Thai boxing when I was about 14 in Torquay. My instructor Howard Hughes had a gym in Paynton, so I was quite lucky. It was only on my doorstep, and it was something I really always wanted to do. And you know, some martial art, and nothing had ever impressed me or taken my fancy as much as that. So it was literally on my doorstep when I started when I was 14. In my first fight out in Thailand, we went out there in about 2000, year 2000. I started training maybe 95, 94, 95, something like that. But in Torquay, in that there were not that many gyms locally, so the competitions were a lot more up north. We had to travel a lot. I was at the grammar school. I was in my school work in those days, so I was sort of doing it.
Higher level, weren't they?
Well, I was just doing it recreational. There wasn't as many sort of like shows down south around. So when I did it, I sort of went in at quite a good level, because I've been doing it for a long time. Whereas nowadays, sort of people can do it for a month and get put in against someone else from another gym that's been doing it a month as well. So it's introduced it at a lot lower levels, which is good. It puts more people in. You've been doing it for.
It was a good couple of years.
A good 2 or 3 years, Denise, have been doing it.
I wasn't really interested in the fight scene at all when I first started. It was more fitness, you know. It was just something I didn't ever see myself doing. And
then we'd built up from a gym, from a club I created in Bournemouth. Quite a few people had started, wanted to compete, and Denise was sort of in that new crowd of like, yeah, let's do it. Whereas my first one, there was like no shin pads, no head guard. It was straight in on a hard fight in Thailand. Then the second one was back in England on Night of Combat, so Sky Sports again, at another high level. So I've never fought with a head guard, shin guard. So now that level has come out more. Denise's one was a nice amateur show with a head guard, shin guard, body shield. So it is more welcoming, but that was probably, you know, down the line years after I'd fought, and the sport's got more popular, so it gives more people nice level to, you know, to go in at.
Oh, Craig loves his press ups. Oh, is it? Yeah. Second patch, Good, good. Push it. Yeah, hands over, come in. Do it up. And a second to you, yeah? Bang. So all balance, go with it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Last one, mate. Good, good.
Well, I had an opportunity to fight in Abu Dhabi. We were sort of hesitant. We didn't know if we wanted to do it so close to Christmas. It was the 18th of December. And then we just thought, well, it's a nice trip. Let's just do it and see what happens. I think we were a bit, not blinkered, but we weren't sort of told the whole story on what it was going to be all about until we got there and then realised it actually was quite a big deal. And there was quite a few girl opponents. It was obviously for Arab boxing. Same sort of rules apart from you couldn't clinch, you only could do a knee strike, single knee strike without any clinch work, no back fist. There's different rules. So I went in and did the first round, and the girl was very annoying, quite stocky, but she kept sort of doing everything she wasn't supposed to, as in the rules. She was clinching in, she was doing, and I was getting more and more frustrated, and I need to be really psyched up. I'm not aggressive naturally, so you know that was good, to be honest, because she was really narking me. So by the end of the first round I knew I'd won that, and I thought, okay, she's fueled me now, I'll just go in, do another round. And she was coming in quite swingy, so each time I was just straight down the middle, just jabbing, jab across, you know, straight down the middle. And then after the second round I gave her an 8 count, standing 8 count, and her nose was all bleeding. And then the bell went, and she didn't want to come out for the third round, so it basically ended after 2 rounds, which was fine by me. So we've all worked with a couple of knees, a couple of kicks, and strong jabs and strong punching. So, and then I won this world champion title belt.
Basically, when they were younger, but like Leah, 4 years old, she likes it, but likes it as a good activity. She sees mummy and daddy doing it, it's good, so that's what we try and teach.
Who's the king of the castle? Who's the dirty last?
We don't push them to compete or anything, so they just do it sort of recreationally at the moment. And again, the junior side of competitions, unless they really want to compete, which very few juniors do, they get to a good level, and then there's nothing for them to reach really further until they get to like 17, 18. It's because the sport's quite a minority sport. So, you know, they do it for a long time, like Antonia did it for a long time, learned probably all she could learn at that point, without wanting to take it into a competitive level. She was sort of, well, I'm quite happy with what I've learned, now I'll just do it as a bit of a pastime, you know. So that's the sort of state, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, Denise has managed to travel the world, never been hurt, travel the world, get publicity, and actually, I believe that when you do compete, personally, which is why I teach it, I think it puts a lot of things in perspective in life, and you become a stronger person. To suddenly realise, actually, I've got more confidence from what you do, just so it helps you in every walk of life. I think if you're used to handling competitive level of sport, especially sport where people are coming at you, I think it's very good for you. So yes, I would like to get them into that just for their own self-confidence, but it's entirely their choice.